Hi, I'm Brad Sweezy, president of Just Small Biz Marketing. And today I want to talk to you about a warning. And it's your marketing might not be working because you make these three mistakes. Sorry, a little buzz came in. So that's what I want to talk to you about. So, three mistakes that you probably are making or could be making that really impact your marketing. So, let's get right into it. Okay, let's go. First one is, let me see. You don't test and allow enough time to test. You've got to test something out before you spend $10,000 on something or whatever. You know, you might design this flyer or something like that, or brochure or something. I think it's great. And then you don't know if people are receptive to it or not, etc. Or you might decide to do a massive Facebook campaign because somebody suggested you do a massive Facebook campaign right up front. That's not the way to do it. You've got to test things on a small level first, get data, and then you can make decisions based on that data. And obviously, the more data you get, the better you're going to do. So you're going to take the data and adjust. But you've got to test, and you got to give enough time to test. Let's say Google AdWords. Typically, you need a month at the minimum, and usually 2 or 3 months to really work all the kinks out. And you're going to be spending money up front, and you're going to hate it. It's not working and all this other stuff. I mean, I know I'm a business owner, but if you continue with it and test, a test, if it's a month or 3 months, and you use that data, you're going to be in a much better position because you're not going to give up before it's too late. And with that is you don't measure your advertising return on investment. You just don't do it. You throw money at it, and then you'll ask people when they come in or call you, where'd you hear about us? Most of the time you're going to get well, I heard about you on the internet or a friend, but mainly it's going to be the internet. They're not going to recognize if they came in from a Google ad or something along those lines. So whatever test you're going to do, you're going to spend money. You're going to track as best you can the money generated from that. And then you'll have your ROI, your return on investment. Now, some things might take a little bit longer, right? I mean, if you're looking for buyers of a high-end refrigerator or something along those lines, yeah, you're going to spend the money, but it might be a month and a half before they buy that refrigerator or something like that. They're not going to buy it right up front. But if you have enough data, you'll know, well, people are responding to this. They're responding to this ad. They're responding to this landing page. They're responding. So that's a good indication that we get enough in there. And if you know what your closure rate is, you're even a better place. Because I've got one client closes 80% of the calls that he gets. So you got to spend some time to get it. And he's constantly, he goes through periods where it's like Tuesday this week. It's all dry, right? It's only Tuesday. People aren't necessarily thinking about their carpet being cleaned on Tuesday, typically Thursday, but you have the data. So you're measuring and goes, all right, this has shown over years, this produces revenue. And he's had record years, produces, but we measure it. And if you don't measure it, you won't know. So you just spend on 15 different things and you'll have no idea whether or not any one thing works better than the others. The other thing is you don't devote enough money to it. You have to devote enough money to accomplish what you want to accomplish, right? So if you don't put enough in on that test, you might say, well, I'll throw $10 a day in. I'm going to test, $300. I'm going to do $10 a day. And it might be your cost to get a lead might be $12 a day. And so if you don't put enough in, you're never going to get that return that you want. So you got to devote enough money to it. Now, what's a reasonable amount? Depends on what your service is or your product is. But either way, you spend enough to do it. And I want to use a real life example. This is real. This just happened. I've been testing a whole process of getting a lead, converting the lead, tracking it for something similar to what one of my clients did. So what I'm doing, I'm a marketing guy, remember? What I'm doing is I'm testing this concept. I'm using my own money, seeing how many results I can generate, because in this particular industry, my company can actually get paid. So we see the revenue. I know where everything is, but it's a risk at first because I had to, develop the website, develop the landing page, develop all the ads, develop the keywords, do all of this, get the tracking numbers, tracking form. I had to do all of this. So there was an investment in that. That's like a one time, but we did it. And then we decided how much are we going to spend? And our thing was, for this, let's spend $500 and maybe more, but 500 to 1,000. Okay, so, and we're going to give it enough time to do, right? And we're going to measure the ROI. So we're not going to do after the first week and go, I'm done, right? I'm forget it. We spent $200 this week. We didn't get anything. And as you'll see, that's what happens almost sometimes. But watch what would happen if I did not continue. So this is an actual example with our own money. Let's see. Okay, the situation, I kind of explained it earlier. We were testing a concept that one of our clients had used and had taken about $3,000 a month in spending to almost $60,000 a month. Okay, so, but we tested first, right? But I always want to go, well, let me see if I can get a better return, because with that, I'm using his website, his landing page, his branding, his everything. And I think that I can do it more effectively. So I'm going to test it. I'm going to spend my own money. I don't know if that screen share thing shows the menu on the bottom, but it's getting in my way. So they're my own money, our company's own money. We spent the money, and we said $500 to $600, or 500 to 1,000. All right. Let me see this thing. How we measured it. Okay. So how we measured it we looked at how much we spent, how much we earned, what's the ROI. And these are our actual 4-week test results. So I'm taping this August 9th, 2022. So this is the previous 4 weeks. First week, spend almost $200. Now we got leads, etc., but we made zero, right? So the first week, that $200, somebody would go, like a lot of small business owners I know would go, I'm done. That's it. I spent $200. It's a waste. But watch what happens in week 2. Spend almost another $200. So we make $225. So on that, we've got a good return on the investment, but the previous week we didn't make anything. But watch what happens in week 3. Ironically, when we spent the least amount of money, now some of these could be, they actually acted on what we reached out to them earlier in the previous week, but we didn't spend much, but we got a good amount of return, 710% return on that week. Now, the worst thing that would have happened is for us to get that in week 1, because then you just set yourself up for disappointment. You're not going to get that over time. You just lucked out. Week 4, we spent more, we made less. We still got a decent 14% return on investment. So in total for the 4 weeks, we spent $516.30. We earned $789.70 for a return of 163.48% in that month. Now, because I've been testing this, I have a way for us to then take this and sell it to a business that's interested in this, right? That can actually benefit. So I can just redirect everything to them after they do it. Voila. So the point here is, oh, okay, Google, stop. Sorry, my timer went off. The point here is you have to keep at it, test everything, devote enough money to it. And as you go along, you'll start seeing things kind of normalize. I mean, if we can consistently get 163%, that'd be great, right? But, I'd be happy with 20%. I'll be happy with anything positive is good, right? I mean, 5% is better than 0% and losing money. So either way, we tested it. And if we stopped too early, then we would have been kaput. We would have spent the money that first week, never done anything, and said that thing doesn't work. But the reality is, and it's a little more complicated because we measure the different ads, we make adjustments. I mean, it's not like you just set it up. You're adjusting as you go along. But what this shows is, as you adjust and you go along, you'll generally start working out the kinks. So it's just something to consider. I'm offering a free consultation. It's a short consultation, 15 minutes to a half hour, on what we do, how we do it, how we help clients, get more business systematically so that they can not be as frustrated or stressed out about, yeah, money's coming in today, but how much money is going to come in tomorrow, right? So you're always looking at your pipeline. So we do that. We can go over some things, kind of explain how we work. And, if you've got some, real life examples, you can do it. So you can give me a call. That number, 321-613-8476 or 941-564-9163. You can go to Calendly or you can email me. All right. Thank you.